Japanese 151 is going to be reprinted. It is now confirmed. I was talking about this yesterday a little bit on my stream, or the day before. I don't remember anymore. All the days blend together. I was talking to one of my connections in Japan Sunday night, I believe it was, or Sunday afternoon. I was looking at getting some orders, getting some prices. Sent me a price list, and I was surprised to see the 151 at a very decent price. It was like 125 a box before all of my fees, like shipping and PayPal fees and all that stuff. And at a time when the market price is about 200 bucks a box. So I asked about that. I was like, hey, is this Japanese? Is this, let me make sure it's not like Korean or anything like that we're talking about here. And he said, yep, nope, we have a reprint coming soon. So he didn't have much information for me. At least I didn't ask enough questions. I was just like, oh, okay, cool, great, And then shortly afterward, later that day, a friend of mine told me they've been coming out in May, and I was going to make a short video yesterday, but then I was like, you know what, let me do some more research and everything. But I had my stream, so I pushed it off. And then sure enough, yesterday afternoon, Pokebeach confirmed. As you can see here, Pokemon Japan is increasing the supply of booster boxes and a reprint of Pokemon 151 coming in May. Not to toot my own horn, but I've been preaching this for the last few months now, that 151 will have a reprint. Everybody keeps telling me, no, I'm crazy. Pokemon said they would never do it, blah, 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 blah. It's not the first time Pokemon said they would not reprint a set, and they reprint a set. It's just business. The demand for a Japanese booster box of 151, a set that's probably by far the most popular set in a very long time, and you got booster boxes going for over $200, and these retail in Japan for like 50 bucks or 40 bucks or something like that. So it's just crazy that, that's the market price. Now, do I think it's going to drop all the way down to 50 bucks? No, not at all. Talk about that here in a minute, because there's a couple other things that they announced with this, which makes sense to me, because I've noticed, and this is, again, another thing I've been talking about, is the Japanese market right now is up and down, very volatile. New sets come out, they're high or they drop, the prices go down, and then all the rest of the sets have been staying at a lower price for quite some time. Prices like prior to pandemic prices, right? Like, for a while now, you were paying $70 for a booster box. Ruler of the Black Fame, for example, when they came out, pre-release, we're talking like $80 a box, right? But it was out for a little while, and you're going between $65, $75 a booster box. And then after a while, once the set kind of lost its interest from consumers, it dropped down a little bit. But now what we're seeing is all these newer sets being cheaper and cheaper, and it makes sense now, because now they're talking about they're starting to ramp up production and keep their output up. As you can see here, Pokebeach is saying here, they've been promising this since 2021. And as you can see, October 23, a lot of sets have been restocked, and they're keeping them in print. We got Wild Force, Cyber Judge, Ancient Roar, Future Flash, Shiny Treasures, EX, and now Crimson Haze, which makes sense, because this is around the time that we started to see the prices start to go back down a little bit. But then there's always a new set comes out, which pre-release, this price goes up, so on and so forth. But even now with Crimson Haze, we were able to see $50 a box pre-order was a very good price that we've not a price that we've seen for pre-order in a while now. And now you can get boxes of Crimson Haze for $40 something right now US, which is a price that, again, has not been seen in a while. And it makes sense now, because they are starting to ramp up production. Simple supply and demand, this is something I talk all the time. It's just simple economics. If there's enough supply to meet the demand, the price will stay down. If there's more demand in product, then obviously the price goes up. And that's what we've seen with the case with 151. So we circle back around now. So Japanese 151, you can see it talks about when it was re-released, or when it was released previously. It was like June 2023. Pokemon 151 has been one of the greatest sets in a very long time. It has been a set that has also brought back a lot of people into the TCG, or into collecting, into Pokemon, simply because of the nostalgic feel to it. Obviously, one of my newer favorite modern sets, and probably will be for a while for a lot of people. At some places, we were seeing Japanese booster boxes of 151 go for $240 a box, $220 a box, right? And they were very hard to come by after that initial run, and a lot of people were holding on to these things, thinking they're going to be big time, money here in a few years, which, don't get me wrong, they will be, but it's just not going to be, in the next year or two. So what does this mean for this order? Because they're talking about here $38, right? $5,800 of yen, which is around roughly $38 US for a booster box. Now, do I think 151 is going to get anywhere close to $50 even a booster box? No, not at all. As of right now, I've already been seeing, like I said, $125 a box as of now, which means people are starting to let go of these supplies. Even the suppliers in Japan are starting to push these things out and not hold on to them or sell them at a higher price anymore, because the reprint is coming in May. So they're trying to fire sell everything and still take a win, because $125 a box is still a big win for these guys. Trust me, at least the bigger suppliers who've had a stock of inventory of these for a long time. What do you say? Reprint has already caused the prices of boxes to fall. There we go. On the Japanese market website, they've fallen to roughly 20,000 yen, which is $132. Like I said, that's about what it would cost for me to have it shipped here if they're offering them to me at about $125 a box. So at $130 a box is not bad, considering the market price is still up on these. This news just broke. They're still about I would say maybe $180 a box. I haven't looked today what they are, but I know they were already kind of dropping yesterday. As of yesterday, it was dropped to $100 a box. Again, when I talked to my contact, it was Sunday. So today, if I reach back out to him, I probably would get a cheaper rate. And if I can get it close to $100 a box, I'm probably going to stock up on them. Will it drop less than $100 a box? Maybe for a little bit. I don't think so. I think $100 in the US is going to be the floor. This is my opinion. And the reason I think this is just, like I said, the nostalgic feel, the popularity of the set, how much, like it's been a while since you've seen a box go for, you know, if we're talking even $50 a box here, right? They're selling for $220, $240 a box. That's almost 5 times the MSRP in Japan. Not to mention, this set has a lot of huge cards in it, a lot of chases in it, a lot of good SIRs, full arts. You know, you got the big three. You got the Zard, the Venusaur, the Blastoise, all the full arts, plus the SIRs. You have all the art rares. The Squirtle, the Bulbasaur, the Dragonair, the, you know, Charmander, the Charmeleon, all these great cards in there. Plus you have all the Master Balls. All these cards are huge, right? And right now they're worth a lot of money. The price of them will drop, but because of all the great cards in there that people want to collect, this box, in my opinion, is not going to go beneath $100. I mean, that's what typically drives the prices of booster boxes, English and Japanese, is the value of the cards, the amount of hits, the hit rates, all that stuff combined. And that being said, with everything in here, the popularity of this set long term is going to be huge as an investment. Again, I let go of all my boxes. I kept one box in my sealed collection just in case, but I've been preaching this for months and everybody told me I was crazy. I'm like, there's no way Pokemon is not going to reprint 151. It's just business, right? There's such a demand for this. People are paying $250 a box. Do you think Pokemon is going to miss out on taking advantage of this, one of their most popular sets in recent years? Not at all. So again, in May, we are going to see this released. So if you're somebody who got, you know, paid $200 a box for these, you have a couple options. If you're somebody who can flip them, you have an online store, you do streams, rip and ships and all that. I will tell you personally, for me, I know in the Whatnot community, people are going to be wanting to rip these now, because this has been a desired set to rip for a long time in Japanese, except the price. It's hard to justify paying $12 a pack or, you know, $200 a box just to rip and hope for something great. But now if we're talking, the price of these are, you know, $120, and you can sell individual packs and, you know, make $8 a pack or whatever the case is. I don't know. I haven't done the math. Again, this is impromptu. Then, you know, you're set up for a good time. People are going to be looking for this once this news breaks. So you can either keep them and just hold out for the long run, dollar cost average, buy some more, bring your average cost per box down, and then in the long run you'll be all set up when these things hit $500,000 a box and you want to sell them. Or you can take your collection, you can sell them now, use that money and just stock up on some more and flip them and stock up on some more and make some money, get your original, you know, stockpile back plus then some, and then have some additional money to spread out. That's my opinion. It doesn't mean there's something you need to do. I'm not, you know, I don't know what your situation is. I'm not a financial advisor. These are just things that I'm probably would be doing in this situation. I only have one box of first print run at the moment, so I'm obviously going to keep that, but I'm definitely going to be stocking up on these. I'm going to sell whatever I can and put a bunch to, you know, to the side. That being said, I just wanted everybody to get this out there, because I know a lot of people, I've seen a lot of boxes right now trying to be sold at sale price of like $180. don't go for the $180 box. If you need to get it direct from Japan, just buy a case of them or just shop around. Trust me, if you shop around, you will find some great prices everywhere. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. I just wanted to throw this out there. Look for Friday's video. Thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one.